If you want to learn how to make lasagna, then stick around. But please first like and subscribe and give a thumbs up. So what I did first of all, this lasagna is half and half lasagna. Half meat, half no meat. My son likes the meat. I don't really care for it. I'll eat it, but whatever. So I brown the ground beef and I season it with salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder. Pretty basic seasonings. And I let the meat finish browning. You can add some red pepper flakes in here as well. Not too much, just a little bit to not overpower it. So to this ground beef, I'm going to add a little bit of red wine. Don't worry, it will cook out. Or whatever's left in the bottle. You can totally skip this step. This is optional. I just think that it adds a little depth of flavor to the sauce. And then I'm going to add some onions and let those get soft. And some garlic. Now I'm going to use some of my own homemade jarred sauce, but you can use any kind of sauce that you like from the store, Ragu, Prego, whatever brand. And then I'm going to put a little bit of tomato paste and some sugar in there. I did pre-season that sauce before I jarred it. So while I let the sauce cook down, I'm going to make the filling for the lasagna. This is pretty easy. I think people steer away from lasagna because they think that it's hard, but lasagna is really easy. You can totally use, your jarred sauce, and this is really easy to put together. So I just used a half of that larger jar of ricotta cheese. I added 2 eggs. Again, salt, pepper, garlic, Italian seasonings, some onion powder. You can put basil in here. You can really add whatever seasonings that you like. Cooking is not like baking. It's really not a science. You can add or subtract whatever you like or don't like. So then I put in about 1.5 handfuls of Parmesan cheese. And I guess it depends on the size of your hands too, but I'm gonna say probably about a cup of Parmesan cheese, and then maybe 1.5 cups of mozzarella. I don't really have a recipe to this. I just kind of eyeball everything. That's how I cook for the most part. So then I'm just gonna give this a good mix. And if this is too dry, you can totally add some milk, which is what I'm about to do, because it would have been really hard to spread. So I added the milk and gave that a good mix until it was spreadable. Then to the bottom of my pan, I am going to use some just jarred sauce. This is the Aldi brand sauce. And this is because I am not going to put the meat in the entire lasagna. So the half that's going to be meatless, I'm just going to use the jarred sauce. These lasagna sheets, they're fresh pasta from Wegmans. They make the whole difference in the texture of your lasagna, but you can totally use just regular cook or no cook lasagna noodles. I just really love these. They're worth the extra couple cents that they cost. So you just put the layer of sauce down and then the layer of lasagna noodles, and then you're just gonna layer it up. So you're just gonna put that layer of your cheese ricotta mixture and just repeat. If you are using no boiled noodles, you're going to want to use some extra sauce in your lasagna because it does suck up a lot of that moisture. And make sure, like I'm doing here, make sure your noodles are covered in the sauce. I'm kind of OCD, so I try to make it pretty even, but So then half of the lasagna I'm going to layer with a layer of meat sauce over top of that, and then you'll see the other half I'm going to just put the sauce again. And this was so good. My son devoured almost the entire half of the meat part of the lasagna. So now I'm just going to go in with the regular sauce and spread that out. And I could have used homemade sauce for this as well, but I was lazy to cook down some more without the meat. That's why I like to have some just jarred sauce ready, even though I do jar my own tomato sauce. And some of it I will make for pasta, and some will be for pizza, and some will just be completely plain. So now I'm just going to repeat those steps on the lasagna of the sauce, the noodles, and the ricotta. It doesn't really matter either what order you put this in. It'll taste all the same. And once you run out of noodles, run out of sauce, that's pretty much how I know I'm done, or my pan is overflowing. I'm just going to top it off with another layer of sauce and then put some mozzarella cheese on here. The best thing to do is to cover this with foil so the mozzarella cheese doesn't burn, or pop it in the oven and let it cook, and then take it out and put the mozzarella cheese on top. But I didn't do either. I was going rogue. So I just stuck it in there and prayed for the best. And when I took it out, this is what it looked like. Bon appetit.